Oh, the park ranger, the moose is loose.
Great guy, team player, grinder, knows how to play the game.
He plays above average defense.
Mike Moustakas has been really good. He hits the ball out of the ballpark. Moustakas, who's had 2 really good years in a row.
Moustakas is a 600 plate appearance guy. He's an impact offensive player.
Moustakas gives the Brewers the lead.
Moustakas is a good player who helps any team he's on. He's a good character guy. He's a little underrated, but in a big game, you want him in there.
Mike Moustakas making an official signing that deal with the Reds.
All in on Mike Moustakas. Who type of player he is, type of guy he is, and I'm so happy. I think everybody's happy. He finally got that multi-year deal, 4 years with the Cincinnati Reds. He can hit the ball out of that ballpark, that's for sure. Bill Ripken, how much do you like or love the fit with Moose at Great American Ballpark and with this Reds organization?
Well, I think the Reds have done an awful lot of things that are pretty darn good right now in this offseason. They're willing to make a splash in the NL Central. I don't think there's a doubt about it. Moustakas, though, we've talked about it, and you just said it's amazing that he hasn't had a multi-year contract before because he just hits 30 bombs.
Yeah.
That's what he does. And you can play him at third base, you can play him at second base. When the ground ball's hit to him, he's going to catch it, and he's going to get you the out. So if you're a team that's sitting there looking, I got a pretty good pitching staff that might not give up that many rockets. I don't need necessarily a defender that's going far left, far right. I want the outs that I'm supposed to get, and I want a guy standing in the batter's box that don't give up at bats and can hit homers. That's exactly what you got in Moustakas.
The Reds are interesting. They've kind of brought together a bunch of different pieces, and I'd really like to see it come together. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen year one, but man, Castillo, they got Trevor Bauer, it's Sonny Gray. Like, that's a formidable, 1, 2, 3. I look at Castellanos and Moustakas can put up monster numbers here. And you got Suarez, who I believe he's going to be ready by opening day. I mean, they said it was just, a scope, loose bodies, whatever. But you do have the flexibility that if Moustakas has to start the season at third, you're not really downgrading. Actually, defensively, you're upgrading a little bit. You lose the bat. But I think I'm excited to see what he can do. That there's a big difference between hitting in a park like Great American Ballpark and hitting in, Kauffman Stadium. I know he was in a good one with Milwaukee, but for me, I consider the Reds to be the best hitting park in the whole National League. So he could I wouldn't be surprised if he drops 42, 43 on you.
I'll pose this question to both of you because we just saw the splits, and people are still kind of sorting out, figuring out how to interpret defensive metrics. I don't know if we'll ever get there, Bill, but any concern about Moustakas, third baseman, playing second, you think those are overblown wildly?
Well, first of all, I'll start with the first part of it. I don't think we're getting anywhere close to figuring out the defensive metrics because we're not even close right now. Look, with the overshifts that come into play and where they play him, my concern would be from third base going to second base, can he turn the double play? Can he be the pivot man on the double play? Can he start the double play? Double plays, to me, have gone down because of some of the defensive positioning, and there's alternate routes to get the double play. Sometimes the ball hit up the middle is the shortstop turning it with the third baseman instead of the second baseman turning it with the shortstop. So I think if you're in a situation, if the Reds are going to deploy him in a defensive shift and put him out in short right field, if the ball's hit hard and it's hitting his direction, he's proven that he can catch the ball and throw the ball to get the out. And I think in a lot of cases, that's exactly what organizations want.
Yeah.
And Rip, to your point, you don't need the Fernando Vina, boom, boom, lightning hands at second because you're going to get put into left center anymore. No. So you can have a guy who might not have the flashy hands but is steady, makes the play because he knows he's not going to get crushed, and he brings value there. And then now I look at Moustakas as an elite offensive second baseman. So it can play. It can play. He doesn't hurt you at second, and he doesn't hurt you at third. He's not Matt Chapman and he's not Arenado, but he makes the plays and he can put in an exceptional play every once in a while just like anyone else.